Hi, I'm Felicia and welcome to the drawing class. Today we're drawing this cute hedgehog. This adorable little hedgehog is really easy to draw, and I think you're really going to enjoy this. So what you need to start with is an oval. As big as you want the hedgehog to be, you would draw an oval. But before you do that, when you normally hold your pencil, you would hold it about here, right? I want you to move your pen way, way back and draw as lightly as you can. That's because a lot of this oval is going to either be erased or colored over, and we really don't want it to show up in the end. So move your hand back on your pencil and then draw an oval. If you have to work slowly, it's okay. And if you have to redo part of it, that's okay too. And it does not have to be perfect, just a nice oval shape. Again, a lot of this is going to be erased, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just going for a nice guideline to give us our basic shape of the hedgehog. Okay, once you're good with that oval, then go ahead and move your pencil back to its normal spot and we'll draw some of the details in. We'll start with the feet because they're pretty easy and really cute to draw. You're going to draw, for each leg, you're going to draw 2 lines. Now, they can either be straight lines that go down, or you can curve them in a little bit towards each other. The one on the outside is going to be a little bit shorter than the one on the inside. So on both legs, as we do this, I'm going to curve one that's a little bit longer than the other. So you can see that my lines don't come straight down. They just slightly curve in towards one another. Now, if this is hard for you to figure out, just draw 2 lines. It's totally fine, but you do want to make sure that the ones that are on the inside are longer than the ones on the outside. Great, now from the ones on the inside, you're going to draw the foot. And all this is a rough curve, little C shape. Now these can be as big or as small as you want, just make sure that both feet are the same. So now as I move to this left foot, I'm really going to try to make it the same size and shape, the best that I can, as the other one. When you finished drawing your feet, we're going to add cute little furry toes. So start at the edge of your foot and just curve this toe in a little bit, just so it's a little bit curvy. And then you're going to draw a backward C next to it. This is going to be another toe. And then you're going to draw another backward C right next to that. So now you've got 3 toes. Let's make this one a little bit pointy by giving a tiny C curve at the end of it. And then we'll connect the bottom of the heel to the bottom of the toes with a line. Awesome, let's try that on the other side. We've got our foot that's going to curve in just a little bit. And then we're going to make these C shapes. Now these aren't backward C's, these are regular C's because our foot's facing the other way. So we'll make a little C shape. And then another little C shape right next to it. And then we'll connect the bottom of the foot with the toe to a little point. Awesome job. Now let's do the face because this is probably the cutest part of the hedgehog. So right up near the top of the oval, you're going to come down a little bit so you're not quite right up at the edge, and you're going to draw 2 eyes. These eyes can look however you want them to. However, if you draw them pretty small, they're going to look really cute. So that's what I'm going to stick with today. I'm going to draw 2 small circles, and they're just going to be evenly spaced across the center of this oval here. I'll put a tiny circle inside of them to give them a highlight, and then I'll lightly color the rest of it in so that I remember that I want to color it black later. Right in the middle of the two eyes and then come down where the nose should be, you're going to draw an upside down triangle for the nose. And then from the edges of that triangle, and you can see this triangle is pretty small, from each corner of the sides of this nose, just draw a light line that comes out a little bit, and that will give us the detail of the top of the nose of this hedgehog. And then draw the smile, however you'd like to do that. So now we're going to draw the hands of this really cute hedgehog. So we'll start with the hand that is going down and resting at his side. It's really going to look like it's almost resting on his belly. The hand is really easy. We're just going to almost draw a square wherever you want that hand to be. So we're going to draw most of a square, but don't connect it on the upper side here. And then you're going to draw a little thumb, which is just a small bump. And then draw the arms. Now these can be straight or the lines can curve in towards each other a little bit to give it a little bit more of an interesting look. See how slight that curve is? Even a little bit of curve can really make a big difference in your art. So instead of sticking with straight lines, curve your lines, especially when you do living things or things in the natural world, because it gives it a little bit more realistic and cute look. So now we're making sure that all these lines are connected well. And that's our first arm. We're literally going to do the same thing with the arm over here that's holding the balloon. So where you want it to be, where you want the hand to be, you're going to draw that same size little square without connecting the bottom. Great, now draw a thumb. This one can stick out like this one does, or it can just be tucked in a little bit more. And then we'll draw the arms to make it connect to the body. Now visually double check and make sure that your hands are about the same size. If one is bigger or smaller than the other, figure out which one is the easiest to fix and try to fix it. Does it have to be perfect? Absolutely not. This is just practice and we can do the best that we can. But if one hand seems to be a lot bigger than the other, you can take the time to fix it. That's why we work with pencil. So I see that my hands are just about smaller than the tip of my finger. They're almost the same size, so I'm going to stick with that. I don't want to be a perfectionist, and I don't want you to be a perfectionist either, but I do want you to do your best and be able to feel the freedom to fix things if you need to. Okay, let's draw the ears. These are really easy. Little square marks just like we did the hands. So you're not going to connect them at the bottom. You're just going to make them with a little bit roundy edges and just the shape of a square. We'll do that on both sides. I see that this ear on mine is a lot smaller than that ear, so I'm just going to try to fix it. Make it a little bit more even. That's about right. Okay, and then we'll just draw the balloon. Now your balloon can be any shape that you want to. Draw the balloon first. My balloon is going to be shaped like a heart. You draw whatever balloon you'd like. We'll add a small curvy rectangle at the top, and this is going to be our little highlight. We're going to leave that white. So it's the shape of a rectangle, except I've just curved the edges to go with the edge of the heart. If you drew a star or a square, or even anything with straight edges, your rectangle would be more straight. But that's a detail for more advanced students. So if you just add a little rectangle in the corner and leave it white when you color, that's going to add a little detail to help the balloon seem more shiny. Whatever shape it ends up is fine. All balloons are tied with a knot So you put a tiny square at the bottom of whatever shape you have, and then a little squiggly line that represents the bottom of the balloon where you would put your mouth to blow. Great. Now we'll take the string that's connected to it and make sure it goes right into the hand of this hedgehog. You can make the bottom of the string as long and as squiggly as you'd like. Great. Now, I know that hedgehogs are super spiky, but we're going to switch to our colored pencils now and do the spikes with the colored pencils because I think we'll have a lot of success and save us some time. So, as always, I do the bonus tips with the colors. So I'm going to head to bonus tips now, but stick around so that you can finish your hedgehog with me. Okay, so to color this hedgehog in, you're going to definitely need two colors. You're going to need a dark brown and a medium brown color. Then for the belly, you're also going to need a tan or a peach. So I'm going to work with peach today. Tan would also work really well, or a super, super light brown. And then you have the two darker browns for the spikes around the edges. So let's start with our darkest. And these little lines are going to be a little bit crazy, and they don't have to be anything that looks like mine, okay? So I'm going to show you the basic technique, and then you just do whatever your pencil finds to do. So we're going to make the spikes very tight little V's, just like that. They can be messy. It's like kind of like hair, right? Spiky hair. They can be overlapped, whatever you'd like. So you're going to do some between the ears, and then you're going to go around the edge of your oval and fill in all the space with spiky hair. Now, I would recommend that you don't just go all at once and do the whole thing. It's going to look cuter and a little bit more free if you just do 2 or 3 little spikes at once, like this, like that, and then come right here and do some, and then do some more there. You can do short ones, tall ones, and do them all over. Okay, so you're going to work your way all the way around the hedgehog and do those dark brown spikes. Great. Now, when you've gone all the way around your hedgehog, and it might have taken you a little bit extra time, this type of a pencil stroke, although it seems really crazy, can take a little bit of practice, and that's okay. So once you get this crazy hair going on the hedgehog, you're going to switch to your lighter brown. And you're going to take the side of your pencil, so not the tip, not like this, but the side, and you're just going to work your way back and forth and kind of fill in the empty spaces with the same type of pencil strokes, those same back and forth kind of spikes, but with the side of your pencil, so you're filling in more color than you are shape. You can see the two colors mixing here really well. So just keep moving your pencil back and forth, filling in that color and giving him even more spikes with this lighter medium tone of brown. So you can see that this is a little bit different style of art. You're not coloring within the lines because there really are no lines. You're just giving him hair, not really hair, kind of spikes, all the way around his body. There's no right or wrong. They can be as long or as short as you'd like them to, and they're not all even. So this is definitely a different type of art. Now pause if you still are working, that's fine. If you need to add, if you feel like you need to go back and add more with the dark brown or whatever you want your hedgehog to look like, take your time and make it look like that. Now that you've made this sort of edge to your hedgehog, Switch to your tan or your peach, whichever one you're using. And again, working with the side of your pencil, now's the time where you're going to go ahead and fill in the whole stomach portion of the hedgehog. You can pause here because I'm going to fast forward and do this pretty quickly. Now you can see how light that was. I really only put one layer using the side of my pencil, pressing really lightly, but I did give that nice peach color to the belly of my hedgehog, just like I wanted it to be. It doesn't have to be a lot of color to make a big difference. Now, just to finish out this hedgehog and make him look all put together, let's trace with our darkest brown, trace that pencil line that we did his ears with. And his hands, give him a nice crisp outline here. I'll color in his eyes and his nose black, and then I have one more thing to show you. Okay, now this turned out great, and if you're happy with that, that's fine. If you want to add a little characterization and a little bit of life to your hedgehog, grab a really light pink. You can even use the peach color if you want to just make it a little bit darker, but we're going to add some cheeks. So again, working with the side of your pencil, and you're going to work in circular motions. Just add small, very light, oval spots of color where his cheeks would be. It doesn't have to be much to make a big difference. Okay, color in your balloon however you like, and that is your hedgehog.
What shape did you make your balloon? What colors did you choose for your hedgehog? All of those little decisions and those little things make a big difference in bringing your style into your art. And that is such a fun part of practicing. So, as you keep practicing, make sure you remember that little things can make a big difference. And if you want to keep practicing with me, make sure you subscribe so you know when the next class comes out. And I'll see you next time in the drawing class.